All right, good evening. Happy Wednesday, as usual. Today's the 20th of January, and I got started a little late, but we're recording, so that's all that matters. I had kind of like a preset, I had somewhat of a preset structure and agenda to what I wanted to share with you tonight and go over, but I'm going to deviate from that a little bit because my brain's just swirling a million miles an hour right now. I posted it on our team page all day, and I'm sure you've seen it other places, but the National Wake Up Call from Monday is literally one of the best ones. Well, it is the best National Wake Up Call I've ever heard, and I've been listening to them pretty regularly for the last few months, even if it's, the playback or whatever, because I'm at work. But this one is Bonnie Engel was the person who was interviewed. I had never heard of her until this last week, and it's like amazing that she has simplified something that I think so many of us, myself included, overcomplicate the hell out of. And it, like I said, it changed my thinking so much so that like I took 4 pages of notes, I listened to it again, I've highlighted my notes, made action steps, and like every person that I've been interacting with, on the team or, my upline and things like that, they all feel the same way, like, well, duh, but in a good way. So I definitely wanted to focus on some of those key points. Like I said, I did post a link to the call earlier today on the page. So if you have time, like even just fast forward ahead to when you hear her part starting, it really is only about 15 or 20 minutes, but I guarantee you will get something out of it, and it will be something very, very positive. Even if you don't end up directly relating it to your Beachbody business, you could definitely connect it to other areas of your life as well if you're struggling. So that being said, that's going to be my primary focus. But before, I wanted to get out of the way, I had a challenge group start on Monday. We're doing 21-day fix. It's going really well. I think I've lost like 3 pounds already, and it's only been 3 days. And I think it's just because maybe I was all bloated or something. But on top of that, my, carbs been, hardly any at all. Definitely cut down on the evening alcohol. Oh. And I was just really proud of myself for so far. Like, I have my lunches. That's the hardest part for me is at work. Like, because at home, I know the food's here. But if I don't bring it to work with me, like I know I have my Shaco, or I have this or I have that for my snacks and stuff, I get it's like blinded by the pretty lights. And of course, today was like crock-pot potluck deal day at my work. So it was even harder, but I didn't have any, and I didn't feel like I was missing out. Like I was still full. I was good. So anyways, I'm working on that. Second thing, like I mentioned a little bit last week, I'm going to actually post this image I got from Melanie or Val or somebody about what it means for our team to go elite this year and why that's so awesome, A, and B, how it can be manifested, like what the numbers are, because I like to work backwards from those to know what I need to do every month, every week, and sometimes every day. So I'm going to share that with you guys tonight, if not tomorrow. I have it saved somewhere. I just have to figure out where. And other things. So I'm sure you guys probably saw, because I posted it on the team page and on my wall, but the Success Club trip registration opened up on Tuesday. It sold out in 2 minutes, I think. Like I was on the site just like everybody else was going super slow. And by 12:03, you couldn't even click to register. It was already sold out. So a bunch of us were bumming because only a few people from the team even were able to sign up, because any coach, regardless of rank, when general registration opens, which by the way, if you're elite or 2-star or 5-star and above, you get to register before everybody else. So you don't have this problem. But for the rest of us, I was like, okay, this is something that I'm going to use, to help push me towards the team going elite, big goal. And because basically you get your entire trip paid for free, with the exception of you'll need to pay for your airfare because everybody's coming from different places. But everything else, including, eating out and drinks and massages or golf or whatever you choose to do, you can earn money throughout the entire year for the trip, because it's next April in 2017. and your entire trip can essentially be paid for based on your Success Club points. If you have 120 Success Club points or more by the end of the year, it will pay for your whole trip, pretty much. Like I said, besides airfare. So anyways, that's something that I really wanted to work towards, and I was bumming hard. And then about an hour later, we found out that, like, it came through the pipeline, it's all in record time and blah, 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 blah. And we had a lot of people who obviously didn't get a chance to register. So they started the wait list. And last year, the wait list for the trip that's next month, is like literally tens of thousands of people long, because you can get on the wait list at any time of the year, regardless of anything. And I'm on it, actually. And they got all the way down, I guess, to a little over 8,000 deep in the wait list of people who are now going to be able to go on the trip for this year. So obviously, the sooner the better. If you can get on the wait list, it will definitely give you something to push for. And you don't have to pay anything unless you get off the wait list, and then you have to pay a $300 deposit for your room. But again, by the end of the year, you can still be fully reimbursed for it. So I wanted to mention that to you guys in more detail. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, I did post about this too. Team Cup is next month. It's going to be a really big month. I actually started coaching in February of last year, and I had a huge first month, and I had no idea what I was doing. Even though now I still feel like I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's getting better. So I just want to know if anybody's interested in putting a team together. We need 5 people, no more than 1 diamond, but you're not required to have one. So yeah, let me know, because I would love to do that with you. Okay, so on to my little notes. Like I said, if you guys have time to listen to this call from this morning by yourselves, by all means, please do so. But basically, the crux of it is understanding the concept of, like, when we talk about recruiting coaches, so many of us, I can totally relate to all of this. You like seize up on the inside. Like, oh my God, people are going to think that I'm trying to hire them to sell stuff for me. Or, oh my God, people are going to think I'm, part of a cult or a scam. Or I'm bugging somebody. And so you close up, right? Because that word is kind of scary. And so what the crux of this call is, but there's practical stuff in here too, is basically like, that's not a bad word. Like, recruiting's not a bad word. Sponsoring's not a bad word. Signing up a new coach is not a bad word. Because that's what network marketing is, right? It is not a pyramid scheme. It's not a get rich quick scheme. And it's not too good to be true, because we've seen all of these things. I personally know people who are on every single corner of this spectrum, and their experiences have all been very different. And so Bonnie, like, if you guys don't get to listen to it, but she had an amazing 2015, and she's just been a coach now for 2 years. Her first year she was premier, she did okay. But last year she went Superstar Diamond, which means she's got 15 diamonds in one business center. She's sponsored like almost 250 new coaches last year. And she's sponsored over 20, I think it was like 50 something people that actually went diamond. Obviously not all of them hold their rank, which is totally normal. But her business exploded. And it was because she was not and is not afraid of the concept of recruiting, and it not being something that we're afraid of, but rather being something that is a gift. And the way she explained that is like, if you really dig deep within yourself, even if you're not experiencing like these massive financial rewards or these great weight loss stories and personal breakthroughs from your coaching experience or your interaction with Beachbody at this point, that doesn't mean that that you don't have anything to provide somebody else that they can connect with, and you can build a team. And like I've told you guys from day one, and I still believe this, you have a team if you have one person who is signed up under you. And you can be making a 6-figure income. I'm not lying. A 6-figure income easily and consistently in this business if you have 5 people, 5 If you meet 5 people who have the same drive, the same fire, and the same passion that you do. They share the vision with you. You have a very strong team, and you're an elite coach. 5-star diamond, that's the beginning of being able to be elite. It also has a bunch of other factors, but that's one of the key ones. So if you think of from that perspective, right? Yes, there are going to be so many people in and out, in and out, in and out. It's network marketing. It's not friends list marketing. It's not just people who live in my town marketing. It's network marketing. It's a ripple effect, okay? It's going to go out and out and out. And that's how this works. No, the market is not saturated. There are 400,000 Beachbody coaches approximately right now, okay? There are 700 million people in the United States alone, and Beachbody goes to Canada too. So don't be scared. We are not running out of people, okay? We're not only not running out of people who need the help, the advice, the support that we offer as coaches, but we're also not running out of people who know that they're destined for something bigger, who want something more out of their life, who need a sense of purpose, or who need a side job, who are stay-at-home moms, who need something to have an identity around themselves besides just being a mom. And this is their solution. But you know what? If we don't talk about it and we don't share it and we don't frame it from our own perspective, they'll never know because we didn't tell them. Are we forcing people to do things? No. The choice is always theirs. Just like the choice was yours, the choice was mine when we decided to start coaching. All we're responsible for is sharing that gift, essentially, that option. That's why they call it an opportunity, because you don't have to say yes. You can say no, but at least you've offered it. So that's a huge premise of what this call, the National Wake Up Call, is about. But she also just kind of breaks it down into how she frames her posts and her Facebook to being a constant public coach sneak peek. She said, why would I have private conversations with people in a closed group about common questions about coaching and objections and things like that, when I can just answer them publicly? Because the answer is not going to change whether or not I'm posting on my wall or I'm sending it in a personal message, because we don't have anything to hide. So take that in a little bit, because I know it took me a while to get it. And I'm going to work a little bit more on my action plans from this. But very soon I already have my February and March schedule pretty much mapped out. I just want to finalize it, and I will share that with you guys. February is definitely by next week. And, like I said, I can't hammer it home enough. I encourage you guys to take the time to listen to that 15 or 20 minutes from the National Wake Up Call on Monday. Take notes, take action steps. I guarantee you it will completely flip your brain and could be just what you need to get your business skyrocketing this year. And that's really what I'm looking to do, not just for myself, but for my family and for all of us, you guys. It would be so awesome to just be like, oh yeah, that little tiny team of girls, that started under the shadow of something so big, being part of the top team in the company, and now they're just woo! And we could all be at Summit together and get recognized. And there's so many things, you guys. It's really all what drives you and motivates you, and not being afraid to tell other people that that's what drives you and motivates you. And that doesn't make you a bad person or a selfish person. And it definitely does not make you a salesperson, because none of us are, none of us want to be. So that was kind of my 2 cents. This is very abbreviated. Like I said, I'm not going to dive into all of my, action plans for myself. But there's definitely a lot of takeaway work you could do from that. And then beyond that, kind of the next step, hopefully once, we all get on that page, will be, I'm going to take that a step further with a couple other concepts I've learned from some other coaches. The idea of truly creating a very basic duplication system for new coaches, not deviating a ton from what our current training and structure is, but rather upfront explaining basically how to go Emerald, and then teach that person how to teach other people to go Emerald, and spread from there. Because that is how if there was a visual representation, that's how you get a solid foundation and basis for a business that's going to continue to grow, no matter what ins and outs are happening in the Jenga tower. It's not going to fall over. So that's kind of where my head is at, like where my direction is headed into the end of this month. If you guys want to talk individually, don't hesitate to let me know. If you need a accountability partner or a push partner to get Success Club something, if you want to have a talk and like talk goals and revive your business, I'm here for you. Okay, I will be showing up here, you guys, every single day, and every single Wednesday I will be here on this team call, whether or not it's me or 20 other people, because that's what we do. We're hardcore like that. So I will talk to you all very soon, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. See ya.